kids, and welcome to week 2 of our special Marvel Legacy weekly report here. There are so many Marvel books in this new Marvel Legacy relaunch here that me and the professor are breaking it down for you for the best new stuff that's coming out, separate from all the other comics, because otherwise we'd have like a half-an-hour video, and nobody has the attention span these days to watch a half-an-hour video. I mean, y'all don't even barely watch, through our videos, which are about 10 minutes or so, 15. But that's okay, we still love you. I mean, even if you put us in the corner and just listen to us, that's fine too.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. So yeah, without further ado, let's start with the shiny nonsense that Mr. Will has over here.
Hey, lots of homage covers. This is the new Uncanny Avengers, and what's so cool about this truly shows you what a Marvel Legacy I am. Once upon a time, before I could have comic book stores, I got a mail order service in my small-ass country town.
Right.
And I got the Avengers, and this was one of my favorite issues on that run. And this when the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver went up to Wendigo Mountain for the first time to figure out who they were and all that kind of stuff. And she got possessed by the Chithon. And so this classic cover, if you see it, goes in with the newest edition, and the arc is called My Stars and Garters, which kind of lets you know the Beast is involved. And what's awesome about this is Jim Zub is obviously it's a new direction, but it's like bringing some of the stuff you love. It's Beast and Wonder Man together again, great buddies, also from this era that I grew up in.
Yeah.
Lots of weird magic stuff going on because, of course, you got Scarlet Witch and Brother Voodoo, and you have these things that look very mysteriously like a Cyterac.
Ooh.
Cyteracs. So what does that mean? Does that mean a certain X-Men villain might be popping up? Because, this is the team that's got Inhumans, it's got X-Men, it's got everything you want and more. And a lot of cool stuff. New article, I'm just, like I said, what's great about Marvel Legacy, great jumping on point, but it's great homage to great stories of the past, and an awesome cover that just takes me back. I still wish I had this run. I wish I'd kept it.
Yeah.
And that was when John Byrne was doing Avengers art, the Yesterday Quest.
Yeah,
so there you go. And another famous cover.
Yeah, which is this very nice Kirby Joe Sinnott Fantastic Four cover that Gwenpool number 21 is homaging. Christopher Hastings and regular art team Gurihiru bring you the story of Gwenpool versus Doctor Doom, who is gonna be Iron Man probably for a little bit still, Superior Iron Man or Infamous Iron Man, whatever it is that adjective that they use.
Infinite Iron Man. How about that?
Yeah, maybe. But, usual hijinks as you would come to expect from Gwenpool. This is a bit more of the same. But when it's Gwenpool, I really don't know what you expect.
My next one, I hope I can get this cover right because it's really cool. It's an old Fantastic Four cover where the Hulk fought the Thing. One of the many times these two Goliaths clashed. This is actually the all-new Wolverine, a brand new arc called Orphans of X. And in this one, Laura, the all-new Wolverine, has a family reunion with, is it Daken or Daken?
I don't know, man. I always said Daken, but
exactly.
Yeah.
Why don't you tweet us back or like us back or Facebook us and tell us you know what you're talking about. This is how you pronounce it. It's like I like to say Magneto instead of Magneto. But anyway,
you're wrong right there. We
all
know that you're wrong.
But it really sounds cool. It really is a magnet, not a magnet. But anyway, I think it's neater to say Magneto. Anyway, so the only Wolverine, Tom Taylor, has just been killing it with great Laura stories. But once again, who are the Orphans of X? It's a brand new group that's going to go after the original Wolverine's kids, and it all goes back to the facility, not the Weapon X facility, but the facility. If you're a fan of some of the really cool stuff that they did with Chris Yost and all those other guys with Laura's stories, she's going to go back to facing demons and new enemies, and she's got a really pesky, mean brother along the way.
He's really mean.
He's a really mean guy, but he's really cool. He also, if you remember, was recently in a most recent issue of Iceman, so you might want to pick that up as well. If you're a fan of Daken.
Daken sounds more exotic.
Exactly. Let's take it next. KC.
We've got Defenders number 6 with one of my favorite Avengers covers. It is kind of hard to see, but you've got this great Kirby Avengers cover here that they are homaging. You've got Luke Cage here yelling "Sweet Christmas," which is always fun. But this is the Netflix Defenders team. You've got Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Daredevil, all the street-level heroes binding together to fight against various villains from New York, but this time they got a little bit more on their hand because Mr. Fisk, the true kingpin of crime, is here to assert his dominance after saving everybody from the Dark Force. In the Dark Force, which I thought was a really cool thing in Secret Empire, where he's playing the super long con, where he gives everybody medicine and takes care of them, and he's like, but remember, when you get out of this, who saved you?
You're gonna owe me.
You know, you're gonna owe me. And that's how Fisk works. You know, he works on currency like that. But this is Bendis and Marquez who've been doing the regular book. This looks really gorgeous. Dave Marquez is doing great art on here. So if you want more Defenders stuff that is arguably a lot better than the TV show, boom.
My next pick is X-Men Blue. I mean, this is more just classic 90s X-Men.
Jim Lee cover.
This is actually a Jim Lee cover.
Yes.
And this is part 2 of the big crossover between X-Men Gold and X-Men Blue. Speaking of 90s homage there. But Cullen Bunn and Jorge Molina continue to be the regular team. This picks up with Mojo, one of the weirdest villains that you can ever see. He basically comes from a dimension where all these big, weird, yellow guys are obsessed with watching reality television and super violent. Like, before reality television and Survivor and Hunger Games, this was a really weird thing that they came up with. And Ascenti actually came up with, and Art Adams.
And Art Adams,
I think Chris Claremont picked it up, and Longshot was the hero. So basically what the world is seeing is this weird omni-channel televised X-Men fighting for their deaths against their greatest enemies. Will they survive? You know, I bet they will, because there's going to be more comic books. But it's the journey of seeing how they survive and how they bond together. X-Men Blue, X-Men Gold teams for the first time together since Resurrection in the Marvel Legacy.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
And my next pick is Despicable Deadpool, number 287. Don't ask how they got that number. Deadpool already went all the way to 1,000 and then back to 900.
Has he ever been despicable before? I mean, he can be despicable, but
he's not officially despicable.
Does he have little red minions?
No, none of that.
No, that would be a good comic.
That would be a good comic. Jerry Dugan and Scott Koblish, who've been the regular Deadpool team, are doing a little throwback here to the Deadpool Cable days, where Deadpool is now trying to assassinate Cable, which he's tried to kill Deadpool. I thought that was like the whole point of the Deadpool Cable series that came out. They were always kind of at odds at each other, but if you enjoyed that, this is kind of a nice throwback to it. And it's got all sorts of weird, Deadpool nonsense as you've come to expect, and a really cool cover homaging the first appearance of the Punisher here, where he tried to kill the wall-crawling Spider-Man.
Ooh, and I've got a classic homage to an Invincible Iron Man, but this is for the Falcon, yes, and following the events of Secret Empire and the Vanishing Point Generations, Sam Wilson. I love his new Falcon costume. It's really awesome.
I'm digging it. I'm
It's
glad
really
that he's
cool.
back to being the Falcon again, too. I love the Falcon.
He's got the wings. He's got a cool new outfit. He's got a new sidekick called the Patriot. This is not Patriot from Young Avengers, but a different The Patriot.
They just gotta make that confusing, don't they?
Exactly. But Rodney Barnes, Joshua Cassara, new adventures. He's going to be in Chicago, street level crime, but it will not just do that because he's going to be a high flying Avenger, and he's going to be able to need to be on the street and flying because Blackheart is the villain. Which is kind of like really trippy, demonic, Ghost Rider-y kind of villain.
Kind of a strange pick for the Falcon.
Kind of a strange pick, but it could be really cool.
And speaking of the Spider-Man, I have the 789th issue of The Amazing Spider-Man. The regular team of Dan Slott and Stuart Immonen, who've been doing a really great job on Spider-Man, are kind of tackling a almost return to basics Spider-Man. The weird thing with Spider-Man is every few years they change his status quo to just inevitably return it to the point where he's poor, living in New York, taking photos, and usually having a bad luck of everything.
We like him being a schlub like the rest of us.
It's true. So this kind of sees him relinquishing some of the Parker Industries duties and power as well. Hangs out with Bobby Morse a lot, Mockingbird, who was very instrumental in helping Peter defeat Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin, from taking over Symkaria, which was Silver Sable's home world that was going to be all goblinized and stuff. But yeah, cool homage cover, John Romita and Alex Ross here.
That is it. I mean,
think that is it.
Week 2 of Marvel Legacy.
Boom.
We still have some of the first weeks. Still
Absolutely.
really cool stuff. Once again, Really cool new jumping points on if you're a new reader, want to get some stories, but definitely has a lot of cool throwback and homages to the past, including these really cool covers. And we got the regular covers too, but
Absolutely.
you know, you can't
deny the shine.
Can't resist the shine.
No.
And there's another video coming this week as well, because there's a lot of other new books as well.
So make sure you get the double dose again this week, and we'll see you all next Wednesday.